And welcome back to our Crusader run. And I was considering how to level up Shararuk the Faithful. So there are a number of good options here. So one of them is Prayer of Faith, which grants adjacent allies plus 20% of the resolve as melee and ranged defense. And adjacent undead will be baffled if so. That's pretty good. Would need to keep using that, but it's especially good because with the Crusader everyone gets access to Fortified Mind. So that's something worth considering. The Witch Hunters and the Nuns and Monks also get that, so it's not necessary to get on everyone. Well, technically speaking, it's not necessary to get on anyone, but I suppose I'd like to have it on some people. Then the more traditional option would be Taunt. So that's potentially sometimes very good if facing... If an enemy is about to kill someone you really want to survive, you can use Taunt to prevent that from happening. Then there's this easy and a bit boring option of recuperation, which is plus 2 hit points and fatigue on every turn. Don't know how meaningful that would be. Then there's Second Wind. When falling below 50% health for the first time in each combat will fully refresh your fatigue, grant plus 10% plus 10 fatigue recovery for 4 turns and remove any stun, daze, stagger, baffle, charmed or sleeping status. So that could be okay as well, and I wouldn't need to activate it. And then there's the shield stuff, but we don't currently even have a shield. And yet another option would be going with staffs because of this perk right here, Staff Block, which grants plus 16 melee and ranged defense while wielding a pure staff or magic staff. So that's something we could do. We do have... Or do we actually have a tip staff? I thought we did. Well, it doesn't look like we do. Oh yeah, we lost the tip staff when I foolishly engaged with goblins and fled from it like the coward that I am. So no tip staff. So we don't have a shield, we don't have a staff, so we're not gonna take either of these. So it's between Prayer of Faith and Taunt, I think, pretty much. I guess we'll not take Recuperation. Let's just take the Prayer of Faith, I guess, since everyone has Fortified Mind. I just need to remember to actually use that as well. And also it's useful against the undead if we... Well, we will end up fighting the undead if this company survives, that is. So let's take Prayer of Faith. And for Maynard, the Caravan Hand. Not the best level, not the worst level, so plus 2 melee skill, plus 2 melee defense. And let's take the resolve since he's a bit low. And. Would really like to have a shield at this point, because Caravan Hands make good shield users. Guess we'll take either Back to Basics or Steel Brow. Let's take Steel Brow since our helmets suck. And Elika, you can have Student. I'm gonna ignore melee skill probably. At least if everything else rolls well. Well, almost everything. Since she'll be... Well, there is an argument to be made to take melee skills since she does have Lumbering, which grants plus 10% melee damage. Oh man. We're taking this, we're taking the HP. Okay, we'll take at least a plus 2 melee skill here. But I don't know if we'll continue doing that. And Sydney the Monk Tank can get Student as well. Taking student might be a bit ambitious on these people, but I am going to do it. Now he does get access to dodge, and he doesn't actually have Battle Forged or Lithe at all. So we might consider that we even rolled a +5 initiative here. Would be better if he had heightened reflexes to use ranged defense with, but the only thing he has is Wind Reader, and with a starting ranged skill of 30, that is not happening. So well, with the 45 melee skill, we're not gonna boost it. Let's take the initiative for now, and we'll see if we'll ever get to the point where we want to give him dodge, if he's even alive at that point. Okay, so everyone's leveled up. There's a courier quest here. That is to the south. We are not going south yet. We need to check if we can find a shield maiden. And there was a group of barbarian thralls here. I don't know if we are strong enough to fight them. Let's be careful. Okay, I think they're running from these noble troops. I'm gonna let them be for now. Since I think it was like 8 thralls, that's pretty risky with this team. And I've been losing so many people. I don't really feel like losing them in a needless risk at the moment. So let's not do it. But you come across a man holding the reins of a lanky horse whose mangy mane has seen better days. The horse has a grey beard forming, and it's got dry Kalish lips smacking desperately for water. Seeing you, its owner raves. Come, come! I've a bet to make for those brave and fast enough to think they'll win it. Curious, you ask what the bet is. The man pats the horse, a plume of dust lifting on the path, and you can see his handprint on the shoulder. Race me horse. Not with another horse, mind, but your humanly legs. If you lose, you give me 600 crowns. If you win, I'll pay you triple. You up for it? Okay, so if I recall correctly, this event can only be quote-unquote beaten by a dumb brother. So there's really not much point in agreeing to his terms, so we're gonna say no thanks. Even though we have this our fattest man Odolric will raise for our enjoyment, I guess that gives us positive mood, but we don't really want that for 600 crowns. Not when we're trying to find a shield maiden. Do we have a shield maiden? Not here. Also, we are gonna need food. And this place kind of sucks. That's gonna last us a little while. Okay, we're doing yet another of these retrieve item quests. Since we need money, we need experience, we need to get better somehow. Okay, it's getting a little bit tougher maybe. There's a few brigand poachers now instead of just rabble poachers. We should be fine. Unless they get lucky headshots or something. Having a little bit of coffee. Also, if they're just equipped with slings, then they're not as threatening as they would be with short bows. Okay, that's a short bow. I waited here because I'm unsure at the moment if I want to be using adrenaline or not, and if this war dog dies I can still move him one tile. Okay, need to be careful with Eilika. Head armor of 10 and body armor of 22. Okay, so you can just hang back. So yeah, we have Prayer of Faith now. That's a really costly ability though. So maybe I shouldn't have taken it with this guy since he doesn't get access to mind over body, but guess he can use it at least a couple of times per battle. That also means that we might be not taking Inspire with him eventually because he will just have too many active abilities to use. Good one. Wait. I want the Crusader to hit the more priority target, so if I can let someone else kill this war dog. Okay, no need to kill it anymore since it's fleeing. Shoot that one instead of this one, because the Crusader can hit this one. And this guy can hang back as well. Okay, no need to use adrenaline, I don't think. Yeah, those sling headshots, they kinda suck because they daze you. And also these staff guys can stun people. They also stagger and daze because they've got the perk to do so. I think it's staff spins the perk that does it, or is it the staff mastery? Well, whatever. Okay, well, these guys can join the fight now. There's not much risk for them anymore. Resilient is nice because it clears stuff like daze immediately, basically. And sometimes you can anticipate getting dazed with a resilient character. You can, even if they don't have action points, don't end their turn, rather wait, you get dazed, and then at the end of the round you end your turn and that daze gets cleared. I generally build my... Okay, that's really annoying. But only annoying, not really dangerous. I generally build the characters I want to last to late game very defensively. So like the Crusader here, even though he has huge melee defense, I've taken well, Battleheart is a no-brainer, but I've also taken Colossus, I've also taken Resilient, and I've also taken Steelbrow. That way they have a very good chance of lasting to the late game, or at least to the mid game, where they can start taking more aggressive damage perks. Of course, that's just a matter of personal taste and opinion. But since I'm playing almost Iron Man, I think it's something that I should keep doing for the people I want to survive. Of course, sometimes offense is the best defense. That's definitely true. The most important skill in Battle Brothers is knowing when to actually fight and when to not. And I've broken that rule a couple of times, or I've misjudged the situation. Like with the group of 6 goblins earlier, where I lost a guy. Okay, there's another patrol available. I don't know if we're actually good enough to take on a patrol yet. Sure, if we knew that we could get to fight bandit rabble for that patrol, then yeah, sure. But we can't, for example, take down any encampment unless they're like the smaller ones. And even then we need to be careful because we're just too low level, too poorly equipped, and overall not that good at killing things yet. So I don't think I'll take this patrol, at least not yet. There's also not a caravan. Well, there is a caravan as well. This isn't a caravan. But yeah, we might end up taking this because we want to leave the north pretty soon because I don't want to fight barbarians at the moment. We'll just check and see if we can find a shield maiden and do these return item quests while we're here. No shield maiden here. And our food is running out. And my men have drank all the beer. Guess that's understandable. Okay, west. Don't be in the forest. So how's the armor? It's fine. Yeah, but sooner or later we'll start meeting thugs, and assuming we survive, we will start getting better armor, better weapons, and start to snowball forward. Okay, so annoyingly this is a forest fight. Guess it's beneficial for me that it's nighttime. It's good that they're rushing us at least. Could rotate the Crusader a bit forward if I wanted to. I suppose I will. Probably go north with him, or her rather. Elika, you can continue standing back. Okay, War Dog down. Let's take that spot. I think I should be able to handle the rest of this rabble with this group here. There's no point in rushing them, at least not rushing them much. So we might reposition a little bit, but that's it. Unless they leave this poacher completely unprotected, then I guess I should probably engage with him. Okay. %55%. Good. Good job, Sydney. I think we'll let this rabble walk up to us, probably. Instead of taking this spot here. Southern flank needs some reinforcement. Or perhaps need is a strong word to use, but... Okay. With adrenaline, I could possibly do a hit and run here, though. Okay, let's do it. So hopefully get a kill and then step back. Yeah, it would be nice to have someone with at least a little bit of melee skill. Could give them this banner, which actually does decent damage at this point in the game. Okay, hit and run tactics work. So stuff like that is why adrenaline is a good perk. Not like I needed it to win this fight, but still. Okay, this one's fleeing. Can just engage. Jarrik is sturdy enough at this point to handle some of these rabbles by himself, and also he doesn't even need to do so. Okay, so this poacher is probably gonna be able to flee, that's fine. Nice, nice. I think, yeah, they're gonna flee now, and I don't wanna chase them around in a snowy forest during the night. I don't think I would even be able to catch up to them. So that's another one of these missions done. Okay, what next? Sydney gets to level. Gonna take HP, melee defense, and resolve. I'm gonna ignore the initiative and the melee skill. And I think back to basics or gifted for him. Oh, one thing to consider, he does have dexterous, so maybe I should have taken some melee skill instead, but it was only a +2 roll. I won't be getting peaceable, I don't think, since this guy is gonna be on the front line if he makes it as a tank, and he needs to be able to hit his enemies with a spear so they don't just walk around him. And peaceable gives -20 melee skill. There is a case to be made to take melee skill, especially at this point in the game. Go gifted. Let's take hit points and melee defense. But do we take the melee skill now that I gave that little speech, or do we take the resolve? I'll get the +3 melee skill, I suppose. It will help a little bit in the short term, and I think the short term matters currently quite a bit. Let's equip some of these quivers. So if we get a bow user eventually, we'll have quivers ready and they don't take up inventory room. So easy mission, good amount of money. Find location, we could consider that. Southwest, so that's in a snowy forest, I think. It's gonna be either in the forest or on the hills. I'll at least first go to this citadel here, or this keep. See if we can find a shield maiden. And we will consider if we do that mission or not. No shield maiden. There is an oath taker. Now I don't actually know if oath takers like the Crusader or not. Could consider doing a little bit of a safe scummy thing and recruiting him just to see if they actually like the Crusader or not. I don't think I will do that though. because he costs almost all of my money anyway, so even if he does like us, it's gonna cost us a lot. So there's a lot of monks here. I guess I'll try them out, see if they're any good. Okay, earlier on this guy would have probably been good enough. I'm not gonna take him though. With 2 stars melee skill, he's a monk. Even with 3 stars with melee skill, he'll reach like maybe 80. That's just not good enough. So only 1 star in melee defense. And he's a drunk. Though you could argue that drunk is actually one of the better traits, but it also gives the hugely annoying event where they lose some equipment from your inventory. So no to him. This guy is a bit closer. He only has 1 star in melee skill. The initiative is meaningless because he's lumbering. I don't think so. And leap wind, no. I already have this 1 to 2 star melee defense. Monks and nuns. Don't need more of those. I need damage dealers. Okay, this Ele, the flagellant, might just be good enough, maybe. Let's see. Sadly does not get mind over body, which means the resolve is mostly wasted. Does get dodge with quick and 1 star. Does not get alert. So I don't think I want him. We want to find someone who actually has potential long term. And can preferably do some damage. Both short and long term. Okay, let's buy some tools. So 30 more. We could check these other settlements, they're a bit far away. But I think I will. I think it's worth it. And I'm gonna save just in case the lockout perk doesn't actually pause the game for whatever reason, so let's go. Yeah, we are not fighting even 1 unhold. I think they might be scared of me, but they really shouldn't be. Legendary difficulty unholds are just super painful until they're not, in which case they are just a bit tedious to fight. But currently, not feasible. And if we were feeling lucky, we would fight these barbarians, I guess. We could wait for night time. I don't think I want to do that. But it is something we could consider. In the forest especially, since they rush us, we can maybe maybe set up a good defensive position and take them down during the night when their throwing weapons would not be able to do much harm. Okay, there's a hedge knight we cannot afford. It's also a warrior, which is a background I've never taken. I'm pretty sure they don't like being with the Crusader since he costs 45 per day on level 1. Also, I can't even take him at the moment. We have this blacksmith here, we can roll on him. Again, not very good. Does get mind over body though. But 1 star resolve, mind over body with nothing else going for him apart from the tool's efficiency and repairing speed. I don't think I want him. Now that might be a strategic error on my part, but I'm really feeling like we want all of our recruits to be able to do something. Well, almost all. Would really like this training equipment, by the way. That is something that can really boost your company's efficiency. if you're able to actually camp out for a while and train. But it is definitely something we cannot afford at the moment. Hopefully we can at some point, but nope. Okay, we move on. Nope. Okay, another return item. We need money. We will do this. We will fight your rabble yet again. Southwest. Okay, we completed an ambition. As all your enemies either lie dead or are in retreat, Sharik the Faithful waves the company's banner in celebration. Once more the sorrow fought, and once more the sorrow prevailed. Raucous cheers echo him all around. You soon discover that your recent battle is the talk of the local towns and villages. I really doubt that, but okay. Whenever they stop at a tavern along the road, the brothers find that drinks are poured when the story of that battle is told, and the more the telling is embellished, the more freely the libations flow. Okay. These are all kinda bad. I don't wanna visit every single city. I am not up to taking on goblin camps. Fighting in the arena might just barely be doable with the Crusader and some nets, but I'm currently not going south anyway and it's hard, so we'll just take no ambition at this moment. Okay, where the hell are they? Get over there. Okay. They do not want to rush us. That's slightly annoying. Let's rotate the Crusader a bit forward. Okay, now that they're engaged, they will want to rush us. That's how the AI works. You need to be careful with these guys with hammers because they will just shred armor with these couple of perks that they have. Blacksmith's heavy hammer and blacksmith's technique. They're surprisingly adept at destroying armor, even with these flimsy little blacksmith hammers. So I left some room here so he can't walk up and hit someone. I think he's by far the most dangerous opponent on this field. He'll die to like 1 or 2 hits, but if he himself gets hits in, he's gonna be dangerous. Okay, none of these are waiting. Let's use adrenaline there. Yeah, so we don't really have anyone except the Crusader who can actually hit things. Well, I say that as the tank monk takes this guy down, but it was only a 61% chance with a plus 20% from the militia spear. Okay, nice headshot there. And this rebel is waiting, so I'm gonna wait too in case he decides to engage with the Crusader. He does not. Gonna move forward a little bit. Okay, nice. They're fleeing. Off with your head. don't think I'll be able to catch up with these guys. They're gonna flee in just a minute here, but... Unless they're being very stupid, which they currently are, but even so, they have more initiative than I do, so they'll probably be able to get away. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have engaged this poacher instead of killing this one. Doesn't really matter, but that was definitely a mistake. Okay, I am able to catch up with this rabble. Oh, I could possibly kill this poacher with this crossbow. Okay, nice. And I am able to catch up with this rabble as well. Okay, I'm really surprised about that. They really would like us to go on patrol, and I would actually love to go on patrol, but the thing is I can't really guarantee that it would be a success. Especially up north, where I will be far more likely to find thralls instead of brigands. So let us not do that. Yeah, like I said earlier, I don't think we're up to fighting thralls yet. Not that amount of thralls, not without help, or not without help of some kind. Okay, this guy... Well, we're doing initiative stuff, so just take dodge. Let's try to avoid these barbarians here. They might be able to catch up to us. If they are, I think we'll flee. I don't have the impatient guy anymore. It's slightly annoying. Don't catch up to me. Thank you. No. This is why the pathfinding in this game is a bit weird sometimes. Yeah, he really... It really want... Oh my god, they also have dogs, so we can't even flee. Would really help to have that impatient guy now, because we would be able to flee. Guess we'll fight then. Since I don't think they'll allow us to leave. Since we don't actually get to act first. That's kind of weird, but that's how it works, I think. We're now also positioned poorly because of... We just have to reposition. We will have to, like, consider that this... Or take this thrall fight with barbarians as if these were chosen, almost. They're that dangerous early on. Well, obviously, chosen would be more dangerous. Impossible to beat at the moment, but you get what I mean. Okay, let's take a shot here. Good. Got a headshot as well, that's very good. We will not straight away engage. Really gonna be... Their throwing weapons are gonna be so annoying. Thankfully not all of them have them. This is a little bit of a cheat, you can check if they actually have them in their inventory. So... 2 of them have throwing weapons, if I'm correct. So that's not too bad, actually. Maybe we are fine. We'll see. But we are gonna play this carefully. So it's gonna really suck when they baffle us. Okay, the dogs are gonna be able to get to us now, or one of them will. Would really help to have a tank with a shield that I could just put here at a shield wall. We don't have a shield. Yeah, would be nice to actually be able to tank them or kill them easily, but as it stands, it's quite likely that people will die. They haven't used adrenaline yet, so we could do an alpha strike with this guy. It's kind of suicidal though. I think we want the Crusader somewhere here and then just riposte with him. Since he has battle heart, he should be able to take it. So let's rotate. We can go here. Okay, now there's not much point in moving Maynard anymore, since he won't be able to hit due to the change in elevation that he will have to take. Then again, he does have the adrenaline. Okay, let's move with him and let's adrenaline turn. Good hit. Raymonda doing work so far in this fight. Let's try to get rid of this Warhound. Sydney would die if he went up to them. He might still die even if he doesn't. Okay, we're just gonna take a defensive position here and let the Crusader try to handle as many of them as they will be willing to engage with the Crusader. So Sydney can take the incline here. Kill that War Dog. This guy doesn't have throwing weapons, that's good for me. I don't want to get next to him, because he can strike twice before I can do anything. So let's just let him walk up to us. Ilika, go there. If I go here, no. Yeah, Prayer of Faith requires 6 action points as well. Can't currently use it efficiently. I wonder if I go here and use it, and then the Crusader moves here, if he'll retain that or not. I could try that, just to see if it works. I don't think it will work, but he doesn't have much else to do, so let's try it. Okay, so now you have Prayer of Faith for plus 18 melee and ranged defense, so that will last until here at least, but will it last here? It will. Okay. But will it go away once I end my turn? Yes, it will. Okay. Makes sense. And since we did use the adrenaline, I guess we'll try to hit this Warhound. We'll preemptively use adrenaline, but we'll also... Oh, you don't have resilient, do you? No. I don't know if there's a point in waiting in that case. Because I don't know if that, like, matters for clearing the possible baffle that he's gonna get. Let's see. Okay, not a good start there. That's better. Better. Good, good. Okay, so this is a promising start and makes me think that maybe I was worried about thralls needlessly. But they can still do damage. For example, here, this guy can possibly kill one of these guys. Well, maybe not this guy, since he has steel brow, but with 2 headshots here, That would probably be enough. Okay, he's fleeing now. So I can move here and take a shot. But he only has 53 melee skill, so let's not do that. Okay, nice. That enables the Crusader to move. Okay, so we're fine. Maybe I was worried for nothing. Yeah, and maybe I should have taken a patrol quest as well. Since this isn't going badly at all. I might also just be getting a bit lucky here as well. So this guy's probably gonna flee unless I engage with him. You are not nimble yet, so I don't think I want to try that. Yeah, he's fleeing. I'm gonna let him go. Well, I'll take this shot first though. Or I could take this spot with the Crusader and not let him go, which is a better option. So because of rebound here, the longsword that the Crusader starts out with is a very good weapon because slash takes 10 fatigue and you will always have 20 fatigue at least to use, so you can always hit twice. Like so. Okay. So, I don't know, maybe I was traumatized by how that fight with the goblins went earlier, and maybe I've been needlessly careful after that. I don't know, or maybe I just got lucky here. Okay, so Eilika rolled a +3 in melee skill. I suppose I'll take that. And out of these options, let's take fatigue. And let's take Steel Brow. No Shield Maiden still. There's a Chicken Monk. Not even gonna roll on him. He might actually be okay even with that title, but okay, so let's check Skjold still before we head back south. Okay, that is 11 thralls. That's much tougher than last time, but it is nighttime and the last fight went well enough. So I guess we'll fight them as well. We could even fight them in the forest, which would increase our odds of doing well. Okay, let's do it. Okay, since it says you can't make out who's attacking you, which is bullshit, this might count as an ambush. We'll see. Okay, it does not. Also, the forest didn't really enable anything for us. And we'll see if that last fight against thralls was just pure luck or not. Well, that was definitely lucky. Okay, as before, we're gonna let them come. Maybe we should have actually taken this position before we started to shoot and hold our ground. That would have probably been the prudent choice. Okay, getting lucky again. And Pathfinder would really be nice here. There's 11 enemies. 2 of them here. And 6 of them here. That leaves 5 unaccounted for. This guy's gonna throw axes. That's gonna suck. I can't get next to them and repost. Since I don't have Pathfinder. I don't think he even has it available. Oh, he does. Okay. Well, that's one more perk to consider at some point. I'll wait for now. Okay, so even if it's nighttime, their throwing weapons might really do some huge damage to our really lackluster armor. We'll see. Oh, I could... If I had positioned better before the fight, I could have rotated the Crusader closer. Just take that spot. Okay, good. Those do have a decent chance of hitting 27%. Okay, I have a feeling that this is not gonna go as well as that last fight did. The only silver lining with that is that we don't really have anyone we care about that much other than the Crusader. So if people die here, so be it. We do have some nets we could consider using. You don't have a net. Okay, so someone here is quite likely to die. They're not using adrenaline. They do have access to it, but they're not currently using it. So I can do an adrenaline trick here. Yeah, let's go for this one. Adrenaline. I don't think I'll Prayer of Faith here. That is something I could have also planned around, though. Could have just put everyone around Shararek and have him Prayer of Faith. Could still do some of that. Okay. Would really help to kill this troll. Okay, very good, very good. So I think we'll stop these two. And possibly have this guy come at the Crusader as well next turn. Okay, so with Garibaldi we can move here or here or here. Or we could engage straight away. I don't think that's something we wanna do. He has some nets. Do we use nets against thralls? I wish I had checked how much of a percentage chance I have to hit this troll with these guys. Oh, he had 77%. He's gonna have like maybe 60 with the spear. If I don't net and I don't kill, they'll be able to rotate here as well. Possibly getting three shots on one person. That would kind of suck. So I'm gonna net. I'm gonna use one net. But on which one? This or that guy? Which one? Which one? Guess I'll use it on this guy. And Sydney could come help here or here. That's a riskier spot because the axe throwing troll is just gonna probably annihilate him. This is also risky, but it's... I don't know. I don't know if it's as risky. This is also super risky, this spot. The Crusader doesn't need help here. I'm gonna put him here and just hope, basically. Basically just hope that he's able to take it. And I think the nun needs to contribute as well, even though she's gonna be really not up to taking any sort of damage here with her poor armor and poor hit points. So maybe like 2 hits. Like I said, the Crusader doesn't need help. What do I do with the nun? Put her here, I suppose, so she'll be ready to do something here. Okay, do 274% against a netted target here. Okay, a couple of hits, but as you can see, he's still doing quite well. But this would probably kill. If it were to hit, which it didn't. Okay, that guy's fleeing. Okay, nice, nice. Maynard doing work. Let's pre-empty adrenaline. Yeah, those throwing axes, throwing spears. If it were not nighttime and they had more of those weapons, this would be terrifying. Guess we'll take this 45 here. Nope. Good. Okay, I have a feeling that Sydney might die. Can rotate with Maynard. But he's still gonna be... Oh, never mind. No, I'm not able to do that. Well, maybe I am with 2 rotates, but that's not a good rotate. Well, Odoric can rotate. If I want to. So, Odoric, you are at 15. What's Sydney? 16. Which one of you I am more comfortable losing? I think it's probably better to just take these 267s than to try to save this guy. Okay, so this guy's gonna adrenaline. That's gonna be an... This guy's gonna adrenaline too, so we're gonna lose someone. Most likely. Good hit there. Good. Okay. So we will win this fight, but we might lose people. Let's see. Ow. Ow. Okay, yeah. Sydney's probably dead now. It is what it is. Unless we can... Yeah, he's super dead. This guy has Pathfinder as well. They all do. The only way would be to break their morale, and that's not gonna happen. Okay, goodbye Sydney. We'll see if it was actually a death or struck down. But yeah. These guys are much more dangerous than Rabble. So this guy's gonna adrenaline. We might also lose Odoric here. It is possible. We could rotate Raymonda in, but that's stupid. Okay, Odoric can live. I could risk him on purpose if I wanted to. I don't think I want to. Okay, I could ignore this dog for now, because this Crusader is probably gonna be able to dodge that, yes. Let's try for a stun here. Nope. Not gonna move with you. Okay, 2 shots there would have maybe killed. Thankfully we got only hit once. Ouch. Guess we go for the dog. No luck there. So maybe Odolric does die. Could have rotated, I guess. I could use Prayer of Faith, maybe. Yeah, Aelika might die as well. That's a shame. That's really a shame. Yeah, they have better resolve than the Brigands do as well. Can't rotate. Guess I'll engage with this guy. And I either try to hit for 37% or I Prayer of Faith. I think I'll Prayer of Faith here. And hopefully Odolric will be able to dodge those 2 hits from this Warhound next turn. And since this guy has 19 hit points left, it's better to just go for the attack. Okay, maybe I should have given you a better weapon in that case. But you managed to hit twice. Okay. So that's why even those little boosts in melee skill matter early, or even for characters that you don't plan on using as damage dealers. Okay, chance 9, chance 9. Alright, this fight is over now. Shouldn't have done that, by the way. It's not guaranteed the Crusader can. Yeah, that was really stupid. What am I doing? Now we just have to hope the Crusader can... Well, 95, but... Okay. So we lost Sydney. That's a bit sad, but... As we've seen, monks are... a dime a dozen, or what's that saying? We'll see more monks. We got some decent loot out of that. So overall, I think that was worth it. So Sydney was pretty good melee defense-wise. It is what it is. Crusader, HP and melee skill, melee defense. So at this point I think it's Berserk time, and after that we do need to take Battle Flow in order to actually keep up the Berserk. If we go that route. We could also just ignore Berserk for now. Get Killing Frenzy, for example. Get Adrenaline. Yeah, we've seen Adrenaline do some really good stuff, and we do want it eventually. Let's take Adrenaline. And Tank Monk Odolric, you can sit out for now. Guess I'll take this plus 3 melee skill here, even though he's, well, kinda garbage that wise. We still don't have a shield, do we? No, we do have a couple of these crappy shields. So we might take shield specialization with Odolric here. Maybe. I'll actually not make that decision just now, since he's sitting out anyway for a little bit. Okay, yeah, so we can handle some thralls. But once the barbarians start to get reavers and armored unholds, there's no way this team can handle that. Okay, I'm not gonna take this patrol. I don't wanna come back to this place. I probably will take this one skull caravan quest. gives us some time to heal while we travel, and we don't even need to buy provisions. And if it fails, then whatever, it fails. And it fails. Actually, no, because we have Kippelfest company here to help us if these unholds decide to actually fight. So, thank you, Kippelfest company. Okay, so let's set up camp. Heal. Both of these. Let's gather some more medical supplies while we are at it. Okay, and one guy on patrol. Okay, so they're afraid of the Kippelfest company. There's another group of them though, so we might have to run away from them instead. Yeah, they're coming. Oh, no, never mind, they're not. Okay, good. Good. So we've repaired, so now we have this stuff. Also, we just repair that. Okay, so these bear headpieces. You can have one. You don't need one. You come back, by the way. You can have one. You can also have this. Actually, never mind. Well, yeah, never mind. Someone else can have that. Let's give it to Maynard, the caravan hand. I guess even... Oh yeah, we have one of these. We should have given you this. I was gonna say, even these things might be useful at this stage. Let's repair those. And... this is better than this, yes. Damn inventory management. You have a net. And what was I doing? Oh yeah, this. Okay. Okay, but that's over an hour, so I'm gonna end the recording here. So thanks for watching and see you next time.